All right, so how should he move forth? How should he move forth? What kind of formation is he going to go to? How is he going to go? How is he going to flow? And I just think, moving forward, this is just what I think he should do. So this is not what I think Setien will do. This is what I think he should do. So this is if your boy H Halford with the analysis extraordinaire was advising your boy. So Stegen obviously has to play 100%. And I think Alba, even if Alba's former has dipped and it's not really the same Alba that we saw during Barca's heyday, he still writes. Semedo, I still say he's a very underrated right back, and I do not know why people don't appreciate him. Anybody who opens their mouth and says that Sergio Roberto can say anything to Semedo, you're sick in the head. You're completely and utterly sick in the head. But he's a World Cup winner. Why is he not on the bench? And I'll be shocked and surprised if one of Setien's first moves is not to fully inject Umtiti into the first team. But then he may say, okay, well, how good is he with the ball and all that kind of crap because he's a Cruyff dude. But I still say I need to put Umtiti in there. I put a question mark there because I truly believe that Setien should go out and try to find a defender. Longley is average. Longley is not a top tier defender, and he was exposed in that game at Anfield. He's simply in that grade. And Piqué was fully exposed the game at Anfield, and I don't know to understand why people have not accepted that this dude is on the decline. He's trash. He is completely and utterly, totally trash. So why is he even apparent? Why does he even still exist? They need another quality central defender. A De Ligt and Umtiti partnership would have been interesting. So obviously, now in the midfield now, I believe that this should be a time. Another big move he should make, I don't know whether he'll make this move, is to say, Busquets, thank you for your services, but you're out of here. Vidal, you are now a regular starter, and I think Vidal and De Jong should form the base of the midfield. And I think obviously De Jong, this is the kind of guy that De Jong wants. This is a Cruyff kind of manager and a guy who he should be able to coincide with in a philosophical sense. And I think in De Jong and Vidal, they can complement each other real well, with Vidal being really this all-round central midfielder. He can pass the ball well, he can break forward with the ball, he's good in the final third, he can do defensive work. And for De Jong, it's maintaining possession, ensuring that you're the general controlling the texture and dictating the game. Something that Barcelona have failed to do is dictate and control games. Now, controlling game is only one part of winning a game, but I think a large part of trying to win a game, specifically if your Barcelona, is controlling the game, because that gives them the great foundation to execute, get those through balls, get those passes, and get the ball to the individuals to do some magic. Of course, you're going to have Arthur in there, and I think obviously whether it's Arthur or Vidal, I think specifically with Vidal, you obviously want one of these guys running through and combining with the front three. But I think one of the first things that I think Setien will do, and I think what he'll be looking forward to, is getting this midfield to be fully sexy. I think maybe one thing that Valverde failed to do is really get the midfield to be strong and give the midfield a strong personality. I always say this before, being a guy who plays central midfield is one of the key battles in the warfare that is a football match. If you win the midfield battle, that goes a long way in winning a football game. And I think if Setien can form a synergy with Vidal, Arthur, and De Jong, they can go through. I mean, look, we see it whether it's a Wijnaldum, Henderson, and Fabinho, a Casemiro, Toni Kroos, and a Modric, or a Fede Valverde. If you have a strong three, that forms a very strong fiber when you're going up against any team. And this is where it's really all counts down. And this is what's going to be really exciting to watch. How is he going to operate the front three in the absence of the Cannibal Suarez? Now, for me, I just put the Us in there because this is like best case scenario, because I desperately want to just see whether Setien will get the best out of the Us. So you can either view that as the Us or you can view that as Perez or whoever they want in there. But specifically, it's these two cats. And I believe that, Setien, if we are to believe that he is a Cruyff mind, he will say these two will pretty much play a similar position. Because I first of all did this. But that's never going to happen. Messi will never play the false nine. And I think Messi has now evolved his football to a stage in which he wants as much of the football as possible, and he's willing to come as deep as he is. So Messi will definitely be the guy occupying this area around here. So for Griezmann, I believe that Griezmann will play the false nine position. Now, people have said that strongest position is through the middle. Cool, you're through the middle. But then they'll say, well, his strongest really position is This is the striker, and he plays just in behind the striker. So whether this was a Costa, or whether this was a Giroud for France, that's the strongest position. But that's not how we have in life. You have to make do with what you have. So I think what Setien is going to do is, you know what, he's just going to be roaming with a free role, say what's up, and him and Messi are going to combine with trading places with regards to how they occupy this position. And you also have either this being the Perez or whatsoever, this midfield also coming in to really occupy that position. So it's going to be a very fluid attack. And maybe what they will get from Setien is there being a personality and a specific strategy with how they attack and how they combine in their movements within this three. Because for Valverde, maybe a strong criticism of his is, what did you really train these guys with regards to how we're going to execute an attack? It just seemed as if give the ball to Messi and let Messi create everything. But if, just similar to the midfield three, if these three can form a strong fiber, and don't forget, you also have what Semedo and Alba can bring. And obviously, we already don't know about the Messi and Alba exchange, but I think the issue is, I think Setien will say, yeah, the Messi and Alba exchange is just one thread. But what I really want to work on is Messi forming a great alliance with Griezmann and either the or whoever is there. And I think that's how things are going to roll. All right. Become a Football Hut member and gain access to cool emojis on the live streams and get access to new YouTube content by clicking the join button here. And to view that new content, head over to the YouTube channel homepage and click on the community tab over here.